Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review Studio, and welcome back to another model kit review. This time I am going to update a previous video I published back in 2016, and that video was very troublesome with copyright music and shaky camera, audio quality, all that, and I figured I would go ahead and do an update to that kit, and that's this right here. This is the 2023 version of the AMT Klingon Bird-of-Prey from Star Trek The Search For Spock, which was Star Trek 3. And this kit became very scarce because of one of the very nice features that were added to it. And finally, Round 2, who produces AMT, reissued this back in 2023. Now this box here, it says it came out in 2024, but it's actually the reissue from 2023, AMT number 1400. Now the original kit that came out, the original tooling, came out in 1995. Now the movie itself, The Search for Spock, Star Trek 3, Search for Spock, came out in 1985. So 1995 we got a kit of the Klingon Bird-of-Prey, and that was fantastic there. And then they reissued it again in 1997. We actually got two different versions of this. One was a flight display and the other one was with some paints and such. Then in 2005 they reissued it again, and in 2010 and 11 they reissued it again. And then of course I did my review in 2016. Now what made this kit so special was the inclusion of white metal landing gear, and that's what kind of made everybody want to buy this and get their own copy of it. And it sold out pretty fast and was highly sought after, very expensive on the resale market and all that, but finally Round 2 gave it to us again, and we have the metal landing gear again. So that's what makes this kit so great here. What's cool about Round 2 is they do actually give us some artwork on the back where they talk about the kit. So they give us the Round 2 dome base. They also give us 3 modes of flight: the cruise, attack, or landing modes. They also give us a new set of water slide decals, and they give us, like I said, the landing gear and rear loading ramp. So measures around 10 inches in length, and it says it's 63 parts in all. Everything on this looks to be the same from previous releases, so we'll look at the plastic just to see what that looks like. Go ahead and open this up. And we get the base along with the metal landing gear is in this bag here too. We get a hollow rod so you can light this up. Looks good. And same color as we've seen before with this kit, the green, kind of a grassy green color, and then one bag with all the parts in it there. The clear parts, which have always been a part of the kit from the very beginning. And the instructions. The instructions look a little newer than what I'm used to seeing, along with the decals, and we'll look at those also. Let's look at the instructions first. And very large instructions here. It's going to be a large fold out single sheet of paper, front and back. You can see how it's broken down here. I'm not going to go step by step on this, but you can kind of see what that looks like. Flip this over, and we get continuation of the build all the way through. But we do have a very nice diagram here of your decal placement and colors and such. And back it out here just a tiny bit so you can kind of see what's going on here. And then the legend for the colors. Right there is the legend for the colors. Let's look at the box side here. On the side of the box are some screenshots from the movie, which kind of gives you an idea. And right there. And right there. Following this video, I will post up some photographs of the real studio model that I recently found on the internet, and they've been out there for a while, but I'll go ahead and include them at the end of this video, as well as a very nice reproduction of the studio model. The studio model was actually in 1/20th scale, and of course this kit is in 3/50th scale. And then I'll also post up some photographs of the built model kit itself. Alright, let's look at the parts. And contained in the bag with the stand and the rod is the metal landing gear, and you can see they are kind of small as compared to my X-Acto blade there, but this is what all the fuss was about with these kits. Very nice. And I'm not going to remove the rod, but the rod is hollow, so that makes it nice for lighting. And here's the first bag of parts. Like I said, it is molded in kind of a grass green color. It does look like they cleaned up the tooling a little bit. There's a little bit of flash present though. You can see there on the edges there's some flashing going on, which is the plastic leaking out between the molds. But not bad at all. Very nice here. And you can see a little bit of a closer view there. Nice detailing. And the next one here. Nice detailing there. And there's the clear parts. We have the engine area there, so you can light it up, and then the photon torpedo. And a close-up view of the water slide decals. The next tree here gives us the details that are on the side of the fuselage transitioning to the wings. And the next tree looks like the other one, but the little transitions here are smaller. And the top and bottom of the wing. And just a close-up of the details found here. And the same thing with the other wing. And you can see some mold release here on that. So you definitely want to wash your kits before you paint. And a couple more sprues here. We have the bottom of the fuselage here. We have the guns and fairings. Here's a close-up of the guns. those two fairings. And the last tree gives us the top of the fuselage and some details for the wings and some of the fairings and the proton torpedo exit there. Very nice details here. The top of the fuselage, the command section, let's look at some photos of the original studio model as well as a replica that was built in 1/20th scale and the model kit itself built up. And there you go. That was an updated open box review of the AMT Klingon Bird-of-Prey from Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. This kit is readily available and sells for around $40. You can find it at most of your fantastic retailers out there. We need to support our local hobby shops, so if you have one in town, go over there and get it from them. But it's a great kit. It's in 1/350 scale, and I highly recommend it. You get the metal landing gear. So if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. Happy modeling, everybody, and live long and prosper.